Good morning, Mitch here again, and welcome to another exciting episode of me going out and vlogging whilst I take photos of the area I live in and hopefully some cracking sunrises. So this morning I've come down to a place called Bateau Bay, which is probably 20 minutes away from Terrigal, where I live, 20 minutes north, in between Terrigal and a place called the Entrance, and I'll throw a map somewhere around here. Bateau Bay is a lovely spot, and hopefully I can overlay some B-roll of Bateau Bay for you to have a look at whilst I'm doing this quick introduction. And it sits underneath a big headland called Crack Neck Lookout. As the name suggests, it's a fairly high drop. A lot of paragliders tend to launch from Crack Neck Lookout, but what I'm really interested in is Crack Neck Point, which is at the bottom of the lookout. It's a rocky outcrop. I've never actually been there before, so let's see how we go. We're here this morning. The sky's looking quite clear. I'm not sure if you can see over my shoulder there in a minute. It's looking very clear. There's a few clouds on the horizon, but that's okay. It makes for really interesting photos, much better than just a vanilla plain clear sky. I'm probably going to play around with some interval photos today, some interval photography, so I'll try and share some of that with you as I work through. So I've just noticed this gorgeous set of reflections here, and I'm a big fan of reflections in the water, so I'm going to park myself here for a second, and I just want to get my camera out and try and get a composition here. I'll regret it if I don't, so let's see how we go. That worked, hopefully. I had a quick look on the display, and the photo looked really nice, so hopefully I can share that with you a little bit later. I'm going to keep walking now up towards Crack Neck Point, which, if I spin the camera around, is kind of that direction, just over here somewhere. Sorry about the light. I'm still working on mastering my nighttime vlogging. Any suggestions in the comments below would be useful. Anything I can add to my equipment bag that would help, that would be great. Just wanted to share some of this footage with you that I'm seeing right now across the bay. Like, it's just awesome. Look at the clouds, look at the reflections in the water. Really, really nice. So if you're ever looking for somewhere to come along the Central Coast, highly recommend you check out Bateau Bay, especially if you're into landscape photographies, then definitely head up this way. Getting closer to Crack Neck Point now. Not sure how much longer I'm going to need the camera light on, so hopefully I can switch that off soon. But let's just spin that around and see where we are. So this is the first time I've been here before, this far up, so I'm not too sure where I'm going. Alright, so is this a fork? No, it's not. The path's still sandy, so I'm hoping that this is going to take me along to the beach, or to the headland in a second. Hopefully you can already see over there what I mean by loving coming to these areas, the rocky areas with water all over them. Just look at the kind of the iridescent colours that are shining over there off of the rocks. I don't know if you can see on the far horizon there as well, every now and then. Wait for it to come around again. Just keep watching. Just over there. There you go. So that's Nora Head Lighthouse as well. Funnily enough, I don't know if anyone ever watched Around the Twist, but that we came across that the other day on Amazon Prime. So that brought back some memories. I had a few nostalgic mornings with my kids watching Around the Twist, and they thought that was pretty cool as well. So here we are. Let's spin around. We are on Crack Neck Lookout. We can see Nora Head spinning around every so often over there. I'm going to walk across a little bit just towards the edge of this area. And if I spin around here, you can see all the way up there. This is a really nice part of the world. Crack Neck Lookout, I think, is up that way somewhere. Maybe a bit more around the headland, I'm not sure. So here's something funny that just happened. I was walking along here, too busy looking around trying to find a good composition, and I stumbled across what I thought was a shallow puddle. Turns out it's not. So that went up to my knees, which is, or my ankle, sorry. So today's lesson of the day: please watch where you're putting your feet when you're doing these kinds of activities, because my trousers are absolutely soaking wet now. Fun times. Right, so here we are. This spot's right here, according to photo pills, and if you've never used photo pills before, I will post a link in the comments, in the description. Please consider using it. A great tool for figuring out where the sun is going to be rising, where it's going to move over the sky, really just for planning your entire photography trips. So well worth a go. And if you'd like me to do a video tutorial on how to use photo pills, let me know in the comments. The sun is going to be rising almost in here, directly kind of in line with this bit of rocky outcrop there. So just in figuring out now, where do we take a photo? What would make for a nice composition? I think what I'd like to do as well is I'm probably going to try and take a landscape selfie using the interval timer on my camera. I've been having some fun with that recently, so I'll show you how I'm using that and doing that. I think it would be quite cool to get the sun coming up in the background with me, perhaps standing on one of those rocks, just for a photo to go on the mantelpiece. But let's see what happens. So I've carried on walking along the headland a little bit. Two things to call out. Up there, there's some great breaking waves, so I think I might head up there in a little while once the sun comes up and see what breaking wave shots I can get. The other thing is, actually three things. The sun is coming up pretty quick, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do here. And then the last thing is, I found this really nice, calm looking pool here, and depending on how deep that pool is as well, I'm wondering if I could do my interval timer shot there, make me look like I'm walking on water or something, whilst making sure I keep dry, because that water's coming in. See how we go. We've got about 10 more minutes, I think, until the sun comes up. As that sun comes up, this whole area is going to start to light up. We're going to start to see some great colours in the pools of water over here. The greens are going to really start to light up on the hillside over here. So I think that will make for some really nice, interesting shots. And I really like the contrast here as well. I think that's quite cool. And I imagine once the light comes up here, that's going to be fairly interesting shot. So we've got the greens over here, and then we've got almost the harsh, dark shadows, I guess, of the rock platform over here. So almost where the intersection between these 2 points over here, I think that might make for quite an interesting photograph. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'm talking rubbish, but hey, that's what photography is all about. I mentioned a few times during the video that I might try and use the interval timer today for some photos. So I thought I might just quickly explain to you what that is and why I'm using it. If you've ever used a camera before, you know most cameras have a self-timer function, so you can, and phones do. So you can set a timer for 2, 5, 10, 15 seconds, set the timer, and then make a mad dash to wherever it is in the frame you want to be, get the photo taken. And I've done it many times with my family, and I'm sure you have as well. That works, but the challenge with that is you need to run really quickly to get to where you want to be in order to make sure that the photo gets taken correctly. So one of the settings that I stumbled across, I guess I knew it was there, but I'd never really explored it too much until very recently, is the interval timer. And the interval timer allows you to set the camera to take photographs at intervals. So I can choose an interval of 10 seconds or 15 seconds. And what it will do is when I start the interval timer, it will continually take those photos every 10 or 15 or 5 seconds, whatever duration or interval I want to specify. Now, the reason I prefer that, especially if I'm taking photos of myself out in the different places that I visit in the area, is that especially if I'm on wet, rocky areas, I don't have to make a mad dash over to the area where I want to capture myself. As suspected, look now that the sun's come up, look how the hillside's illuminated over there now. Looks really, really cool. So I'm going to grab a photo of that. I think that will look very cool. I even see a puddle down here that I might be able to get an interesting reflection in. So let's go and have a look. Look here. If you can see what I can see, there is an awesome reflection there. See how the kind of the mirror of the rock, the hillside is coming out there. If I move just over here, I can probably get those 2 points to join up quite nicely as well. Maybe that way, maybe not. That's okay, we can figure that out. How cool is that? That's symmetry there. I'm going to grab that photo. And I think that's it. I think we're good. I think I've had fun down here today. It was really good to come and do a bit of exploring at this end of Bateau Bay. Definitely come back here again. Very, very cool. Obviously need to keep an eye on the tide. I'm imagining this whole area gets covered with water when it's high tide. But really good fun, really great. Got some great reflection shots down there in the water puddles that I showed you a few minutes ago. Had some fun with the interval timer as well. Hopefully you'll find that tip useful. I'm keen to see some of your own interval timer shots. If you'd like to see any more of the photos that I've taken today, consider following me on Instagram. I'll post my Instagram handle down here somewhere, but it's @photography_imposter. If you like the video today, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel as well. With that, I wish you a great weekend. Keep an eye out for the next video. Who knows where I'll go next? Could be south, could be north, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be interesting and I'm looking forward to taking some photos up there. Have a great weekend and see you soon.